Dr Jobin, bonjour. Est-ce que vous pouvez nous dire qui vous êtes et d'où vous venez?
I'm Dr. Jobin from India, Kerala. I'm from a traditional Ayurveda family practicing Ayurveda since last 8 generation. Presently, I am the medical director of Madukakuri Ayurveda activities in India and in Germany. We cater 2 centers to offer Ayurveda cure in Kerala with the concept of homestay and Ayurveda with nature. Since last 5 years, we also operate in Europe, in Germany, Ayurveda Centrum Bad Bocklet, near to Frankfurt.
Pourriez nous expliquer ce qu'est la médecine ayurvédique?
Ayurveda, the word means Ayu means life and Veda means knowledge. It's a 5,000-year-old medical wisdom of India. It mainly aims at preventive medicine, curative medicine, and immunity building medicines and treatments.
Est-ce que vous pouvez nous dire ce que la médecine ayurvédique apporte dans la vie de tous les jours?
If Ayurveda is a 5,000-year-old medical wisdom, it has a very specific role in modern life because Ayurveda deals with science of life and way of living. Ayurveda explains in detail about how to eat, how to sleep, how to do exercises, and how to keep your body, mind, and spirit in a good balance. Thus, Ayurveda is important in modern life too.
Est-ce que vous pouvez nous parler de la place du yoga dans l'Ayurveda?
Ayurveda and yoga are two healing systems started parallelly in India. So, yoga is a sister concern with Ayurveda. Ayurveda mainly supports in managing the health in the body mind level, and yoga support Ayurveda in reaching this level by daily postures and doing balancing the body and mind with its specific support connected to body and mind.
Est-ce que vous pouvez nous expliquer, selon l'Ayurveda, d'où vient le diabète? Comment est-ce qu'on l'explique?
Ayurveda explains diabetes with the reference of prameha or madhumeha in its ancient textbooks by Susruta, Charaka, and Vagbhata. On classification basis of doshas and symptoms, Ayurveda has classified diabetes under heading of prameha into 20 different types. Ayurveda gives a clear explanation about causes of metabolic diseases including diabetes with specific reference to mistakes and do's and don'ts in the diet. The first Ayurveda explains is the wrong combinations of food. So there are a lot of mistakes in eating habits with wrong combinations. For example, eating cold and warm food together, eating raw and cooked food together, eating milk with salty, sour, and spicy meals together, eating different kinds of animal proteins together, or at the latest by drinking cold water when you eat can also influence the diet or normal digestive mechanism in the body. The second cause explained for metabolic diseases is timing of eating. According to Ayurveda, the day is classified into 3 parts. Morning is a time of cold dominance or kapha dominance or water dominance when the nature is cold, stiff, and heavy, and the body is also cold, stiff, and heavy. During this time of the day, Ayurveda advised to have meals which are warm or which are cooked or which are steamed, which will make the body more active and awake, and nothing cold or nothing which makes the body constricted in the morning. Lunchtime, Ayurveda says it's dominance of heat or pitta dominance in the body. This is the best time of the day one can have a good meal, which could include rice or vegetables or meat and meat products or vegetables combinations, etc. And evening the time again, Ayurveda says the dominance of water or kapha element. There also the food should be light and easy to digest. So when one follow this rhythm according to the biological clock, which helps the normal metabolic activities easier, and if not, it will create a load to the metabolic activities. The third metabolic load causing reason in Ayurveda is eating before the previous meal is digested. So, how we will understand whether my meal is digested? Giving a light feeling in the stomach or feeling a fresh feeling in the mouth, no coating on the tongue are the signs Ayurveda explains that the previous meal has been digested. So, unless you don't feel the previous meal is not digested, taking the next meal would also overload the digestive system. Point number 4 is eating under stress. So, when you are under stress, different hormonal changes are happening in the body, and that can hamper the normal secretion of digestive juices in the body, which can in turn affect the metabolic level in the body. The fifth point is genetically modified food. So, taking regularly genetically modified food can also influence a load in metabolic level and resulting in a big list of diseases under the heading metabolic disorders. Point number 2, Ayurveda explains is irregular sleep pattern. According to Ayurveda, the time between 10 o'clock at night to 2 o'clock in the morning is considered as the time of the night one has to sleep, and during this phase a lot of metabolic changes, digestive changes are happening in the body. So if one don't sleep during this period, or if one keep active during this period, or eating during this period, can affect also the digestive and the metabolic system and effect in the body. The third cause is exercise. Ayurveda consider lack of exercises, that means sedentary life, or excessive exercises can also influence a lot of load to metabolic functioning of the body. And the last and final point is stress. Present day we are under high stress in the personal life and the professional life. This can also lead to a big list of diseases called metabolic diseases, including diabetes.
Comment est-ce qu'on peut, grâce à l'Ayurveda, équilibrer et traiter son diabète?
Diabetes in different levels. There are treatments or external therapies which will help to improve the strength of the body, in weak body to improve the strength, and in obese body to reduce the body bulk. Ayurveda have different techniques or different therapies. The second one is with handling the stress factor. We have specific treatments like Shirodhara, or we use techniques including yoga and meditation. And the third part is with herbal supplements, the medicinal combination of herbs which show effective role in increasing the metabolic activities in liver and pancreas, which will in turn support in diabetic cure. What made it interesting for me when I am in Reunion Islands, I could find out most of the herbs what we use for diabetes in Ayurveda in India are found available in the local regions. The most famous among that is turmeric juice with a combination of coconut oil, or turmeric powder with in combination of milk, or bitter gourd in the form of juice, aloe vera in the form of juice with combination of turmeric, or usage of curry leaf powder in combination with buttermilk and turmeric, ginger powder or ginger tea in the form of taking along with a meal are considered to be very effective supplements which can help in diabetes. And all these herbal supplements has to be taken under medical supervision depending on the level of sugar and condition of
Terminé,
the...
est-ce que vous pouvez nous expliquer comment inclure dans la vie de tous les jours l'Ayurveda?
This is a common question normally people ask, how I can add this Ayurveda to my modern life, which is fast and which is demanding and which is stressful. So there is a simple answer for that, to take the essence of this knowledge and make it applicable to your normal routine in a simple way. So I have a tip to share with you. These are just a 15 minutes of practicing the Ayurveda in your daily routine. The first thing is always try to begin your day by drinking 2 glasses of warm water. And what makes the importance of drinking warm water in the morning is, as we don't drink enough at night, most of us get up in the morning dehydrated with dry body, stiff body and heavy body. Drinking water will accelerate the hydration in the body and keep us fit. The second point is a small breathing exercise. It includes 3 steps of breathing: a simple normal breathing where you deeply breathe in, you inhale, you dilate your chest and dilate your abdomen, and breathe out deeply 10 times, and then you follow a breathing technique called intensive abdomen breathing, or we say in yoga Kapala Bhati, where you move the abdomen intensively so that the rush of oxygen is activated to the body. And the third step is breathing through the nose. Inhale and exhale through one nose and close the nostril, and repeat the same with the other side. Each step has to be followed 10 times each, and that will welcome a high amount of oxygenation to the body. And why it has to be done in the morning is, at night we breathe very shallow, and in the morning most of the time when we get up our body is with less oxygen, and that makes us tired. So breathing exercise makes one's body very active in the morning. This consumes our 5 minutes, and the next 5 minutes do a small body exercise starting from your hand. You move all your joints, including the trunk and including the lower limb. This makes also an active movement in your joints and muscles. And the last 5 minutes you sit back and make a small meditation, which includes 2 parts. Part 1 with gratitude, where you begin the day with a thankful mind to God that you are blessed with one more day, and finally with forgiveness. So when you forgive, or when you let go the things and not hold your anger and hatred in your body, the spiritual relaxation can be reached. So in 15 minutes, by these simple steps, one can begin add the principles of Ayurveda into your life and stay healthy.
Merci beaucoup pour toutes ces explications. À très bientôt peut-être. Namaste.
Namaste.